sacrifice.
If I could only quench this thirst, even just once. But my pages would get soaked. Oh, the...
Had she lied to me? She had told me from the very beginning. But then something happened that made me wonder. She shielded me from a monster. It made little sense. But whatever the case, it may be harder than I had thought. I was determined to overcome this fight. Why did you look after... I was dismissed.
Leave me be.
As she took to her feet, she muttered something.
I felt at peace when I felt your touch.
Is that why she shielded me from that beast? A gentle touch. I meant it as nothing more. She gave me only
Shut your mouth. Be quiet.
Her answers were always the same.
That's Sortiara. She keeps her heart under lock and key. But apparently she was pleased when you touched her back. She will soon grow quite close to our dear author. Go on.
It is beyond my control. The sight of blood disgusts me.
Sortiara said this with a sigh. I told her that was not true. She calmed herself and said,
Thank you.
We heard a howl from dead ahead. The appointed victim of our, no, my ordeal. I finally I knew this was coming. I knew that our partnership was cursed, and that one of us would have to die.
I am lucky you're my partner. Now, let us be off. need you, drive. Is it joy I feel?
E agora, mata o bichão ou deixa o bichão vivo? Salva ela, vai, tadinha.
Make the sacrifice. Put the bloody thing out of its misery. Kill it. That's right.
Please, spare me my life.
Killing. That's what I came here for.
As magias boas aqui agora, hein? Salvamos a minazinha. Vambora.
We survived. Half of all who undertake this ordeal forfeit their lives. That, indeed. That is why I was careful not to grow too close to Sortiara. But nevertheless, the truth was simple. I thought of her as a friend. I realized this was dangerous. My resolve was being tested. My resolve as a sorcerer. There was only one thing to do. I had to make a sacrifice for the ordeal. I had to sacrifice the life of my partner.
Quite a mad... The vile sorcerer's ordeal. Could you walk over an ally? For that's the sort of... Just one step away from completion.
I had to stop myself from feeling any sense of camaraderie. So much happened on the journey. Sortiara was at once cruel and kind, barbarous and gentle. These memories haunt. I wish them gone, I do. For they tear away at my heart. My eyes met hers. She probably felt exactly the same as I did. Her memories live on. It is the only consolation there is on this cruel ordeal we face together.
Agora é foda, a história é triste, amigo. Esqueci ainda de mudar aqui os poderes, lascou.
Fighting against you is so trying. Still, it will only take an instant to kill you.
Nós dar um rolê na tela para pegar esses bagulhozinhos azul aqui. Olha ela vindo lá. Ela já vem carregando o Hadouken já. Deixa carregar o Hadouken não.
So I dreamt of drowning everything in its own blood. I never needed your friendship. Who knew fighting with you would be so trying?
Arma de fogo logo. Faleceu! Bom, eu não posso ficar fazendo muita média não. Se eu reviver ela, ela volta a me atacar de novo. Então aqui infelizmente tem que sacrificar ela. Querendo ou não, pra continuar a história tem que matar ela. A cura aqui.
Sortiara's memories and emotions came flooding through my right arm. Along with something dark and terrifying. The blight of true sacrifice. It feels like she is still somewhere inside there. Sortiara's bloodlust is now my own. I dread to think of what will become of me, body or mind. And so, I started this journal. My ill fate may not be far off. But even now, my right arm tells me that she is still here. With all of her hatred, all of her sorrow. And this sensation is all that comforts me in my loss of a true friend. Several days later, my admittance into Avalon Coordinated Sorcerers and their monster extermination. It was here that I met him. The man with eternal life.
Now we inaugurate the author's new life as a bona fide sorcerer. What travels now await you? You will see as more pages become available as phantom quests. Uh-oh! You're not ready to read the other pages. There are still a few pages that you need to read first.
Sortiara's soul dwells in my right arm. I have decided to jot down what I can make out. So that someone, somewhere, can one day read of the sorceress Sortiara.
There is no denying that I was insane. It was triggered when I discovered the secret of my birth. Defiled as I was, I came to despise the world and envy all within it. What an abhorrent woman I became. Detesting all the world offered, selfishness led to self-loathing. Deep within me, I nurtured a hideous monstrosity known as bloodlust. When we first became partners, you too were a target of my hate. With your righteous manner, you were everything I was not. Of course, I was terribly alone, living as I had for so long. I had never known a single friend until I met you. When you patted my back, that alone eased my suffering beyond measure. I felt happiness. If we had met under different circumstances, we could have been... No, that's unlike me. I allowed myself to imagine what could never be. And so I bear you no ill will. Although my life was spoiled by hatred, in my final moments, I felt what it means to be human. Thank you. However, I must apologize. My bloodlust has now passed into your right arm. Therein lies the terrible monstrosity reared deep within my soul. My first and final friend, I can only hope this foul horror will not beget your destruction. Until my dying breath, I prayed for only that.
What do you imagine our dear author thought of Sortiara's final words? The bloodlust in it, with its power, our humble protagonist. Go on.
Sortiara's soul dwells in my right arm. The soul speaks to me. in a faint voice. I have decided to jot down what I can make out, so that it may serve, so that someone...
There is no... It was defiled as... What an detest... When we... Of course I had... No, I allowed... Thank you, however. There, until my dying breath.
Bom, vou tentar terminar essa parte aqui, pelo menos, da Avalon aqui. Se for muito grande eu vou encerrar a live. Eu só tinha que terminar aquele primeiro pedaço e fazer a live hoje para ganhar uma das conquistas da Twitch aqui. Vamos ver, né? Vamos ver.
I had just been passing through town. Our eyes happened to meet, and he swiftly offered me a unique fruit.
It's good. Try it.
I obliged, and the moment I finished eating, he came at me.
That fruit's not cheap, you know.
It was a scam. The man demanded a fortune, enough for 3.
If you can't pay, you'll have to work off your debt.
He persisted 3 days and nights. I lost the battle of wills, and so I ended up helping the sorcerer with his work.
They say money isn't everything. Well, they're wrong.
Vixe, mano, agora tem um Ramone junto. Lascou. Pegar a espadinha, mano. O poder da espadinha lá. É maneiro.
Keep it up. Find things we can sell.
Inimigo normal a gente mata. Os boss humanos a gente salva.
That's it, my friend. You go on. Earn your...
Tem que achar os bagulhozinhos azul aqui. Ramone não faz nada, não bate ninguém, mano.
Can't sell it. I don't want it. You go on. Earn your...
Bora, Ramone. Olha o bicho aí, Ramone.
Can't sell it. I don't want it. Keep it up. Find things we can sell.
Preciso de um poder que acerte no alto, cara. Um cachorro ali. Vai, Ramone, acerta o cachorro.
Can sell. That's it, my friend. You go on. Earn your keep. Keep it up. Find things we can sell.
In the world of men, wealth and power serve to measure one's worth. Only sorcerers have their own ways of judging people.
E aí, Vitinho, de boa, mano?
We risk our
Tranquilo?
lives daily in fierce combat. For many sorcerers, wealth is an abstraction. This man was an exception. I'd never seen a sorcerer so obsessed with counting beans.
Keep your nose to the grindstone till you're paid off.
He laughed as he spoke, revealing his shiny gold teeth. I could only sigh. Karnataks. I nearly fell over when I heard his name. He targeted and was known for Karnataks continued to badger me about my debt.
Better.
I accompanied this.
Bichão tá igual o maluco do Boku no Hero, mano. Criando vários bagulho no braço, mano. Bom, vou trocar uma das armas aqui, ver se eu acho alguma coisa que ataca no alto. Aqui ataca no alto, mas não é muito bom não. Lança rajada de lâmina, deve ser isso aqui. Bora, amigo! Mano, tem hora que ele faz uns barulhos chato pra caramba, velho. Aí quando sai o áudio do jogo não dá pra ouvir, não. Chiadinho chato pra caramba.
They say money isn't everything. Well, they're wrong.
Bora, Ramone!
Killing monsters like that earn you much money. That's it, my friend. You go on, earn your
Agora ele já começou a diminuir. Se você pega um, aqui ele diminui o outro. Ó, Ramone, virou pedra, amigo. Tacar gelo no bicho.
killing monsters like that earn you much money. Can't sell it, I don't want it. So you're beaten and poor. Life's tough. you're beaten and poor. Life's tough.
Tá boa a missão. Não vai dar tempo. Errou. Tá ótimo.